This one is a second in the series on invoices, and it's just kind of an explanation of how you should fill out an invoice. This one is time and materials. I did one on flat rate a little while back, but I thought I'd go ahead and do one on time and materials. Now, time and materials is simply the amount of time you've taken to do the job and the materials you've used on the job. It's simple enough. Let's go over part of this. You can see up there on the upper left, we put a hot surface igniter in this thing, and there's a price for it. And on the right, under description of work done, here again, simple, found hot surface igniter open. Okay, it's electrically open. Replaced, checked operation. When you're checking operation there, you're probably going to go ahead and let it run through a few cycles. Turn off the gas, make sure safety's out. And I've checked the heat exchanger by flashlight and rollout check. Now, there's many ways to check heat exchangers, and I think I've talked about this before, but you should say what you did. I mean, if you use a smoke bomb in it, did you use a CO meter? You know, there's all kinds of ways to check these heat exchangers. Take it apart, look inside. Well, you're not doing all that with this one. This is a fairly simple one. Because you find no rollout or any problem there, then you're assuming that the heat exchanger is okay. I clean the flame rod. I clean flame rods and anything that's got a flame rod anytime I do a service on it. Recommend the unit be serviced. So you've told the customer that you probably should service this thing annually. That's kind of a CYA sort of thing. If they say, well, why didn't he tell me that it should have been serviced? Well, there you did. So, okay. Going down a little farther, you've got the supply air, return air, and the delta T on there. And I would always do that in any call. It took 1 hour. Now I'm going to do a little explanation in this 1 hour. Obviously, for the most part, hot surface igniter is not going to take an hour to diagnose and replace. It's a lot less than that. However, generally what we do is portal to portal. That means I leave one person's job, I go to the next person, and they're in a reasonable distance, say a 10-mile radius of where the shop is. So both of these calls are within that 10-mile radius. So when I leave the job I just did, the time starts on the new job. I get to the new job. I also have a minimum. Most companies are going to have probably 1 hour minimum. And that worked within the 1 hour minimum. I was able to get all that done within that 1 hour. If I was going to go longer, I would be telling the customer it's going to take a little longer for this and let them know, give them a heads up. Okay, $86 for the labor, $57.42 for the parts. No travel and diagnostic charge. Of course, there's no flat rate in there because we did not use flat rate. I didn't charge mileage because it was within the radius. $143, $12.48 sales tax, $155.90. Pretty much simple, just like the other one. Just be sure you've covered everything you've done. Model, serial number, and manufacturer on any service you ever do on these things. Always identify the equipment. Could be two furnaces there. So anyway, that's a fairly simple one. I'm going to do a real complicated one here sometime in the future. So you might be looking out for that if you're interested. But anyway, that's a simple time and materials job. That's it on that one.